Hey Freo fans, welcome to episode 9 of the pre-season show. My name is Brett from the media team here at Freo, and we're lucky enough to have a tackling machine and a star in the making. Andy Brayshaw, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
No worries. We're right in the middle of your third pre-season now. Number one, how's the body feeling? You look like you're running really well out there.
Yeah, this is my first pre-season that hasn't been interrupted at all. In my first year, I strained my quad. In my second year, was coming off a broken jaw. And then touch wood this year, haven't had any injuries. So yeah, feeling really fit, really strong. And you know, I know the game plan pretty well. So yeah, feeling really confident going into this year.
How are the boys taking to Justin's new game plan and the different style at training?
Yeah, well, it's been a big change since having Justin in, but the boys have really adapted well, and yeah, Justin's earned the respect of all the players, and we're gelling really well as a group. And yeah, I'm really excited to see how we'll go this year.
I think we're done with footy. Let's rewind to Christmas. You and your brother, Angus, a bit of a rare breed, Andy. Here's you and Angus at an oval in City Beach, burning off your Christmas lunch in the afternoon. This is a bit of a tradition, is that right?
Yeah. So Angus, myself, Hamish and Will, all my brothers, we used to run 100 hundreds on Christmas Day. Probably started 6 years ago, and the idea was that your opponents aren't really doing anything on Christmas Day, so you can get the one up on them. Now it's become a bit of a tradition, and we've got girlfriends running it now, and friends, family. So everyone sort of just even if you can come and run 10 of them, it's a good effort. So yeah, it's a lot of people ask us about it, but we're going to keep doing it for as long as we can.
Is it a bit of dealing with the guilt of splurging on the Christmas food?
Well, yeah, I guess the idea is over that Christmas time, you're going to be eating some unhealthy stuff, having some drinks, so you got to really work hard on that day to look after yourself.
Let's talk golf and how Freo fans right now have the chance to tee off for 18 holes at Royal Fremantle Golf Course with you. It's part of our online auction raising funds for bushfire relief. Andy, what can you tell us about the golf prize and which players are involved?
So myself, Trav Collier, Alex Pearce and Sam Sturt will be involved. The day includes 18 holes. The course is in really good nick. There's been 3 holes that have just finished some repair, so it's in really good condition, and we'll go out on some carts, play 18 and then have some lunch afterwards. So it's for a good cause, and I encourage everyone to bid on it because it'll be a good day. And
Alex Pearce was right here last week. He was a bit filthy because he said Trav Collier was a gun golfer and better than he was. Who in the team do you rate? Is it Trav?
Yes, I'd say Travis is number one. Alex isn't really in contention, to be honest. It probably goes Alex last, myself, Sam Sturt at the moment's pretty good, and then Trav Collier's probably got the cake at the moment. Yeah.
Nice and humble to put yourself towards
the bottom. No, they put in a fair bit of effort. I'm just to sort of go out there, have fun, socialise a bit.
But I hear you're learning some tips off Australian golfer Min Woo Lee, is that correct? And he's a Freo fan as well?
Yeah, he is. So he's a member at Royal Freo. So when I first came over here, Lockie Neal introduced me to him, and since then, whenever he's in Perth, we try and have a hit together, and I try and look after him with some tickets and stuff, and he comes and watches the boys when he can. So he's a really good fella, and it's good to see him doing so well this year.
Before we move on, I'm going to read out a couple more of the items available, and Andy, I'd like you to tell me what you'd bid on and why. So I've picked a couple out of an NBA 2K gaming session with Brennan Cox and Luke Ryan, a signed retro Cam McCarthy player card, or a 2-hour surfing lesson with Connor Blakely and Brett Bewley. Take your pick.
I really like the Cam McCarthy playing card, so I'd probably bid on that.
We love that too.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Let's turn to the fans now. Your questions coming straight in from Instagram each week. Andy, the first question to you is, do you have any pre-game rituals?
Yeah, so I've developed sort of 24 hours before the game, I'm sort of really focused and looking towards a few pointers for my game, and I really find it easy when I go to a float tank. Adam and myself have been going there sort of the last year, and you can really do some mental prep the night before. So have pasta pretty much every night before a game, then after dinner go and have a float for an hour and just go through some mental focuses for the game coming, and then next day it's weight bix, go for a swim, go for a walk, and then pretty much get stuck into it.
And what's the feeling like on the morning of? Because I reckon I'd be pretty nervous leading into a game.
Yeah, it's interesting. When I first was starting to play my first few games, I was really nervous, but I guess as the more games you play, sort of the more confident you get, and the more comfortable you are with your teammates and with the game plan. So there's always a bit of nerves, but I think it's good to have a little bit, because then it gets you going when you're out there.
This fan wants to know, who is your favourite player from an opposition team to line up against when you're in the midfield?
Oh, well, I guess the best players probably aren't my favourite to play on, because they're so good, but I really think Patrick Cripps, when you play on him, is pretty tough to move at all. He's big bull, so when I tried to tackle him, I pretty much couldn't move him. So he's a really good player.
Yeah, for sure. Next question asks, if you didn't play AFL footy, what would you be doing in life? Maybe it's a pro golfer?
No, probably not a pro golfer, but no, if I wasn't playing AFL, I'd probably just be studying full time. I'm doing a part-time commerce degree, so I'd probably just be doing that full time and probably working at a cafe or something. I don't know.
Barista.
But yeah, maybe barista. But yeah, plenty of golf on the side. That's for sure.
This could be a divisive one. 3, 2, 1. This fan would like you to rate you and your siblings in raw footballing ability. Maybe it's from the backyard footy days. Who comes out on top out of the boys?
Oh, wow, that's a tough one. Well, my oldest brother William is out of the picture. He always played soccer. So yeah, I don't know. It's really hard. Sort of as a young bloke looking up to Angus and Hamish, I'll always see them as, the bigger, stronger, sort of better older brothers. So I'd say that those two at 1 and 2, and then me just scrapping there at 3.
Well, you've hit the gym in the off season, so you've gotten bigger and stronger.
Yeah,
we'll touch on that a bit later. We had some celebrity guests on the Instagram as well. Luke Valenti writes in saying, "Hey Andy, what's your go-to order at the Woolworths Deli?" What's that?
So yeah, Luke thinks he's a bit of a comedian. Before I moved in with him, he would only get his meats just from the pre-packeted stuff. So when I took him to the deli, he was a bit shocked, and just got some ham for the homemade pizzas we were having, and he found it really funny, but not much to it. Luke's an interesting person. He loves like really tight shirts, and he's an interesting cat. So I think we can move on from that one.
I think this might be related. I reckon within minutes of Luke's question, Stefan Giro wrote in. He asks, "Why do the boys call you Hamdy?" I'm assuming that's quite related.
Yeah, those two go hand in hand. They're trying to get up Hamdy because I love ordering ham at the deli, but no, it's not great. But yeah, fun fact for Stefan Giro, he loves athletics growing up as a kid, really loves pole vaulting, that's his favourite event. So yeah, they're both very interesting individuals, and you don't have to worry about those. I
feel like that was a bit of a stitch up there for Steph. While we're on the nickname train, we've also noticed out in the track some of the boys calling you Snee. Nickname, where's the story behind that?
Yeah, well, that actually is a genuine nickname of mine. So as a kid, I used to sneak around a fair bit. We used to play hide and seek when Dad would come home from work. And then one day I hid into a suitcase and then fell asleep in the suitcase, and no one could find me, and we thought it was pretty serious, like no one knew where I was, and yeah, eventually they saw the suitcase sort of out from under the bed and pulled it out, and I was there asleep. So it was Sneaker originally because I sneaked around, and then it just became Snee. So yeah, it started with the schoolmates, family, and now some of the boys at the club.
We mentioned the gym a little bit earlier. We put up some pictures from the gym earlier in the week on our Instagram. Here are some fans straight from the comment section. I want to read these to you, Andy. One comment said, "Andy has hit the gym hard. I'm predicting a top 5 doig finish." Another said, "Andy's looking shredded as, good signs." And a third, "Andy's looking shredded, big season coming up for him." I know building the body up in the gym was a focus for you in the off season. Are you obviously feeling the difference in the body? Is that right?
Yeah, for sure. I think everyone has their own focuses going into the year, and mine every year is to get bigger and stronger. And I think going into my 3rd pre-season now, I've had really good fundamentals in the gym, and now I'm starting to build on that. So yeah, I do feel stronger and feel like I can hold my weight in the midfield a bit more now. So appreciate the comments, guys, and thank you.
Yeah, the fans can clearly see it, can't they? Yeah. To finish off, Andy, I want to talk Marvel movies. When Duck and Oz spoke to you last year on our Purple Patch podcast, you said that you, Adam Chera, Hugh Dixon, you've been making your way through the Marvel movies. I think there's around about 23 all up. Yep. Can you remind us why that came about? And Andy, have you completed the set yet?
Yeah, so we finished them all. It was a lot of fun. But yeah, we really just were sort of running out of stuff to watch on Netflix and stuff. And Hugh had just downloaded Stan, which had all of the Marvel movies, and we just thought every weekend, whenever we had a free night, we would just watch one and got through the whole 23 of them, and it was really good. So I recommend to anyone who hasn't seen it, probably give them a watch.
I think you mentioned in the podcast Ironman was around at the top for you. Is that
Yeah.
Does that remain?
I think yeah, the first Ironman's probably my favourite from all of them. Yeah.
Beauty. Andy Brayshaw, thank you for joining me on the pre-season show this week. All the best to you for the lead up to round 1.
Thank you very much.
For Freo fans, make sure you head across to fremantlefc.com.au for all the latest news and video from inside the club and get bidding on our online auction for bushfire relief. See you next time.